Hello viewers, welcome back to the Moose Mobile Auto Repair channel, and today we have a 2016 Nissan Versa Note with the 1.6 liter engine, and today we are just going to be doing an oil change service. So right now I'm warming up the engine so the engine can get to operating temperature so that the oil can circulate, and we'll be able to drain the oil a lot faster and get more of the contaminants out of there. So now the oil dipstick is located over here, so we are just going to have a look at the oil level. The customer has requested that they wanted the oil changed. The oil level is full. It's a bit over full, but it's only by a tiny amount. And I think that's okay. So we are just going to leave this partially out, and we are going to open up the oil cap. Oil filler area before you start. So now I have the vehicle raised up on jacks and jack stands. You can add extra jacks if you want for safety, extra jack stands and stuff. Uh, uh, I'm currently I'm currently doing a house call at the moment, so I only have a limited amount of tools and equipment on me at the moment. So now you want to locate the engine, the oil pan, which is over here on the passenger side. So we are going to crack that loose. Drain the oil. Uh, Make sure you have a drain pan or a drain bucket uh, available to catch the oil. I'm just using a mover's blanket to prevent any mess or spillage. So we are just going to let this oil drain now. So we are going to change this drain gasket. This drain gasket is no good, and it seems like that somebody here they double gasket the drain gasket, because there's a washer here and there's another one here. So we need to take that out and replace it with a new one. This vehicle usually goes to an oil change place. I don't really recommend going to oil change places, but anyhow, I think that this gasket had like a rubber insert piece that came apart, and they just happened to reuse this gasket multiple times. So once the oil has done draining, replace the drain gasket. I'm just using a fiber style gasket, but these usually works fine on the Nissan vehicles, or you can use the original, the copper washer gasket that the Nissan uses, and that's also fine. So just reinstall the drain plug. We'll post the torque specs for the drain plug torque if you want to torque it. But I just go by feel and do a tighten it up snug, and that should be fine. and that's good. And so now we are going to remove the oil filter. Oil filter is located just up here. You may be able to remove this by hand. If not, then you'll have to use the tool. So probably have to use the tool on this to get behind there. Uh, I don't know if I have my wrench style oil filter tool. Just need to get this to loosen up a tiny bit, and I can remove it by hand after that. So we are going to loosen this up now. Undo the oil filter and let it drain, and then after you can just remove it completely. So this oil filter is a cheap oil filter from Canadian Tire that came off the vehicle. The part number is CPH6607. So the interchange aftermarket interchange part number is 6607. I believe you can also use 7317 if you want. It's slightly longer, but I'm going to see if I have this. I think I have a 6607, so we are just going to use that. The Nissan filters are typically smaller filters, so that's all, and that is what they've been using for many years now. So now, so once the old oil filter is off, you can wipe down the housing, oil filter housing, to remove dirt, debris, dirt out of the way. Clean it up. You can just wipe it down and you should be fine. So when you bring the new oil filter, I'm using the 6607. Just lubricate the gasket with clean engine oil. This vehicle is going to be using a 5W30 engine oil. I'm going to be using a synthetic. So install the oil filter. Just tighten it down snug by hand. You don't need to over tighten these guys. Just a little bit, and you should be fine. We are just going to wash down the area with brake cleaner. I sprayed quite a bit of brake cleaner, so sometimes the brake cleaner is very strong, so you need to be careful. So now we are ready to add oil. So I'm trying my best to not endorse any brands or anything. So I'm trying to keep it away from the videos. So I just I put in 5W30 synthetic oil. So this takes, I believe, roughly 3.5 liters. So we're going to add 3.5 liters. So once you're done, just wipe down the oil filler and clean the oil cap. Reinstall the dipstick, and we are going to lower the vehicle and start the engine and recheck the level. So now we are going to start the engine. So now we are going to have a look at the oil level, and you also want to double check if there's any leaks. You can have a look at the oil filter here and make sure there's no leaks. It's full. It's at the full mark. Pretty much almost exactly on the full mark, so that's good. So on this vehicle, you have to make sure that all of the doors are closed. So now you want to turn the ignition on. And on this particular vehicle, it does not have the wrench light at the moment, but you can still clear the maintenance uh, reminder light and or mileage. So you want to hold down on the trip. In case if that doesn't work, turn the ignition off and turn it back on again. And then you have to immediately hold down the trip. And then you'll see the wrench with the zero. So you let go. And we'll have to do this again. So turn it back on. So hold down the trip. And then you have to immediately to let go and press like this until which interval you want to set it. I'm going to set it at 8,000. So I have to do it again because I waited too long. So ignition off, ignition on again. So I'm changing it again. So I'm just going through this again. So this goes up to 24, 30,000 kilometers. So I'm going to set it at 8 and then hold it down. And I believe that's it. So it's cleared now. This is just for the fuel or something. The fuel level is low on this. So after you turn the ignition off, turn it back on, then you'll see that the oil change is due in 8,000 kilometers. It's just showing you how many kilometers you have left until you need to change the oil again. So that's going to conclude the oil change service for this 2016 Nissan Versa Note. That's it for today. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please don't forget to give it a like, and please consider subscribing to my channel if you're not already a subscriber, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day and take care.